Hello, everybody. Welcome back for another episode of the Max Off-Road Podcast Remote Rips Edition. Today, we have one of my good friends, nephew, Ryder Leblond, on the podcast. Ryder is currently preparing for the Tennessee Knockout and looking to finish the U.S. Hard Enduro Series very strong before he goes into full prep for Endurocross later on this year, starting in October. Ryder's always great to talk to. We talk about U.S. Hard Enduro Series, his goals, his training program, what he's changed around over the years, how he's adapted to what he needs and what's best for him. Lots of stuff. We talk about lots of good stuff in here. We talk about Arrowhead hunting a little bit, and just a good old classic chat between two good old boys, if you will. So yeah, hope you like the podcast. Check it out. Let us know what you liked about it in the comments below. And yeah, it was a good time. We also talked, that's what we talked about. We talked about U.S. Hard Enduro rules, course walking. Should course pre-riding and course walking be allowed or not? We kind of talked about, I spoke with Cody Webb about this, and there was quite a bit of action around that topic. So I wanted to get Ryder's perspective on it and see what he has to say. Curious to see if you guys are interested as well. Check it out. Before we get into the episode, this podcast is brought to you by Beta Motorcycles. I love my Beta 300 two-stroke. It is my preferred hard enduro weapon. It absolutely works great. It starts every time. Two-stroke engine. I think the Beta two-strokes are the best in the market right now. I run stock jetting. I don't even mess with it. I don't even touch it. I'm actually up here at Idaho at high elevation right now, so all I did was lower my needle and raise my clip on my needle a little bit, and the thing runs great. I'm all about it. I'm running the 250 at the International 6-Day Enduro in a couple of weeks, and I'm running the 300 at Endurocross in a couple months. Can't wait. Thank you, Beta USA. Slavensracing.com. This is my preferred retailer for all my enduro dirt bike parts. They got Plus tires, bulletproof designs, all the mooses that you could need, Michelin, Nitro, moose balls, SXS slide plates, Plus tires. They have all my favorite products, Phoenix handlebars. They have all my favorite products that I love so much, and a dedicated dirt bike Haas certified staff that's ready to help you. So if you have a question about a handlebar bend, what skid plate is right for you, what moose you should be running, how to get the optimal tire pressure, how to tune your TPI KDM, how to jet your beta, whatever it is, they're there to help you. Give them a shout. And when you buy with Slavens, that's a vote with your dollar. And what you're voting for is the off-road community. They put a lot of resources into keeping multi-use trail systems open for enthusiasts like you and me. So not only are you spending it with good people, but you're spending it for a good cause. Slavensracing.com. Go check them out. Also, we got Onyx Off-Road. This is my preferred GPS tracking application. I track before every ride that I go on, unless I'm doing Endurocross training. I love seeing my tracks through the mountains. I love the 3D feature. I can zoom out, I can zoom in, I can tilt the world and look at the terrain and decide where I want to go. If I'm lost, I can, research it and figure out how to get out of there. I find myself scanning Onyx Off-Road when my day is over and I've made my list for the next day. I go reward myself with a little chill session on the couch, go peruse some Onyx Off-Road, look for some Indian ruins or something like that, you know what I mean? And I also really like being able to zoom out and see all my tracks around the world. I've been all over the world, all over the country recording tracks, so I get a pretty cool map of everywhere that I've been. And if I want to share one of those trails, boom, export, share. It's that easy. Enter code MAX15, that's MAX15, for a discount on an Onyx Premium Elite Haas certified account. There you go. Who else we got? Bulletproof Designs. These guys have been with me since day one. Haas certified, build aluminum protective equipment for your dirt bike. It's guaranteed. If you break it, you bend it, send it back to them. They'll send you a new one. The guys are super cool. They're all about the community. They give back. Made in America. No tariffs. My guys. Bulletproof Designs. And last but certainly not least, we got to give a shout out to Plus Tires. Plus Tires is a tire company out of the UK, and they are highly dedicated to making high-performance, Haas certified, affordable dirt bike tires. You can get them over at slavensracing.com and other places too, probably. I also want to give a quick shout out to Climb USA. Climb, they're actually my first sponsor. I was sponsored by Climb in 2008, was my first sponsor, and I've been with them my entire career, and I just love their gear. It's a no-brainer for me. The pocket in the pants is what it's all about. I keep my phone in there, quick access to Onyx and text messages. Everything works great. Everything lasts a long time. You know, the F3 carbon helmet is like the best helmet I've ever worn. It doesn't blow back on my head. It's very lightweight. It's got the magnetic buckle, so it goes on and off quick. That's my favorite helmet. Thank you, Clam USA. And other than that, that's all I got for the advertisements right now. If you've made it this far, thank you very much for listening. These companies is what keeps this show on the road, so thank you very much. And if you're interested in copping one of these hats right here, this is a limited edition Max Off-Road ISDE Italia exclusive hat, along with the shirt right here. Got a couple of them left. We're actually running low on shirts, but I got more hats. If you order one, I'm going to ship it out from this very room. And I'm also giving away my 250 ISDE practice bike. So if you want a shot at winning a dirt bike, you can mail in an entry for free, or you can buy direct entries on my website along with some merch. And if not, that's great too. Thanks for listening. Hope you liked the episode. The gym. You're in the gym. You must have been.
Yeah.
You must be training.
I just got done training.
Did you?
Yeah, 30 squats, 20 burpees. You can kind of see it there. That's what I just
Russian
got done
twist.
doing.
Yeah, I don't know if I believe you. Well, we're recording now, so we're rolling, baby.
Oh, perfect. Let's go.
You rode with Jordan Ashburn today. First off, welcome Ryder Leblond to the Max Off-Road Podcast, Remote Rips Edition.
We're back.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Second time.
Yeah. Second time in 2 years, basically. We'll have to keep it rolling. I'm glad I got this like mobile studio set up so I can actually have people on the podcast without having them live in person.
For sure. It opens up so much opportunity to get people on.
Exactly. And to create more conversation. You know, I think it's important that we all create, you know, we put our opinions out there and that we make our opinions and our conversations heard, because that's how things happen. That's what makes things better. You know, and it's easy to be walking around the pits and be like, you know, why can't they just do this? Or something, or why can't they just make no track walk? Or why can't they just, you know, make the schedule so it works?
Oh, we're getting right into it, huh?
Yeah. We hit all the good stuff. And it's not that simple. It's not that simple. Yeah. It's way more complex than what people understand, but I think that having the conversations and putting it out there is what the people want.
100%. Let's get it out there.
Yes, sir. So, Ryder, you're in Tennessee right now, and what's your training program looking like for TKO?
Well, I guess last race we had was Donner, and man, didn't do much for like a week or two after that, since we had like a bunch of races in a row. And then honestly just been riding some moto and just changing up, having fun. You know, hard enduro can get repetitive, which is pushing the bike and dragging it through rocks and stuff. It's nice to get out on a moto track and kind of just get a flow. You can't really get that too often in hard enduro, I feel like. Did that for a couple of weeks, and then honestly just got on the 300 this like 3 days ago and got like 4 or 5 days on it before TKO, and yeah, feel good though.
So that's good. Well, plus moto is so fun. Like,
dude,
moto is like some of the most fun you can have on a dirt bike. I love hard enduro. I love exploring. I love off road. Don't get it twisted, but motocross is like, it's the opposite of hard enduro. It's a track that's actually made to be ridden and made to have fun. So you just get this flow. And also, I was just talking with Rodney earlier today, and he said when he transitioned from motocross to off-road, after a couple years, he kind of got slow. He kind of lost that edge. He kind of got a little bit slow. And he's like, I had to go back to motocross to get that speed back up. And the hard enduros, dude, you guys are absolutely sending it. Like, it used to be get through the hard stuff, kind of survive through the medium enduro, and then, you know, go hard again through the hard stuff. But now it's like you guys are full on like hair scramble style racing these races despite how hard these courses really are.
Dude, we've had some intense races this year. Like, Paige was an intense one, Will was right on me, and then me and Tristan, Will at Virginia, and then Battle of the Goats. Like, they were all shorter too, like 2-3 hour races, which I like that better. I think it fits my style with like more of a race rather than like survival. I like when you can get in some laps or whatever. Just but yeah, the pace has been fast. It's everyone's like going fast. We don't just cruise in between anymore. But yeah, like you said, I feel like my background obviously was always like hair scrambles and stuff like that, so I feel like I was always faster, but then I still feel like I lose speed from going so slow for half the year doing hard enduro. Like, you just get caught up going slow, get a little lazy in the transfer section. So yeah, it's nice to get back on the moto track and hit some ruts and just hit some jumps and just go fast again. It takes a day or two to realize that you can still go fast, but once you do, it's fun.
100%. And just like going fast, I think it's like an eyesight thing. Like you have to reacclimate to the speed, to the processing speed of everything else. Because when we're used to doing first, second, third gear through the trees, through the rocks, whatever it is, you know, we're processing a lot, but not at like a really high rate of speed. When you're doing moto, you need to be looking way far out there, and it's like there's a lot going on in a short amount of time, and you're going way faster, so the consequences are higher. But moto is such a good way to offset the program. Like, I'm such a huge fan of moto. I just wish I had more tracks around here. East Coast is becoming the moto capital of the world, dude.
Dude, we got some sick tracks. I have like 3 within an hour of my house that are so good. And I don't know if and how many West Coasters have ridden East Coast tracks, but dude, they're just different. Like, dug deep, good ruts, good dirt. Like, don't have to water it all day. The track just gets better and better throughout the day. And yeah, I have like 5 or 6 tracks I can go to within 2 hours of me, and they're all so good and different. Pretty good crew of moto guys around me too. It's definitely not like SoCal where you'll go to a track and it'll be like 50 kids on super minis and 125 just hammering out motos together. Yeah, there's just a good solid crew of dudes who like ride moto, and it's just fun to go ride and change it up, and can't ask for a better time when the tracks are that good, especially this time of year.
Totally. Well, I could see the tracks, with that many tracks being around, I could see them actually being safer as well, because, you know, California or Arizona, you take everybody from that valley, everybody from that area, and you condense them into one track, bro. Now you got 105 beginners, you got all these people on this track, 100 people, where if you got 5 tracks within 2 hours, now you're actually spreading things out. And then also you're actually creating competition. There's actually competition between the tracks. You know, MGMX is like, bro, we got to make this track sick because we have to earn people's business. And then Ryder's track is like, bro, we have to make our track sick because we need to earn people's business. So everybody's like elevating each other, where if you got one track in one area, you know, they could do whatever they want with the track, and you're going to get what you're going to get.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's good. It's, like you said, tracks are safe for the most part. Every once in a while you get like a little 50 kid out there, and you're like, he should not be out there with us. You get a little nervous because definitely don't want to land on a little kid. But yeah, like, man, there's usually not more than like 5 guys on the track at once, which I like. Like, while I'm riding moto, I'm not into like battling super close with guys unless like I know them personally. But I don't want to just battle random guys on the track because I don't know what they're gonna do. They might decide not to jump something last second,
crossover.
Yeah, it's the only thing I don't like about going to a moto track, but don't really have to deal with that on the tracks near me. So good with it.
Yeah, and you know, when you're around people like kids or, you know, people that aren't professional, then you just got to be extra cautious. Dude, when I was in California a couple weeks ago, I got in a crash. I crashed into this little kid on a 65 who, like,
that's right.
Dude, his bike stalled out on a jump, and his dad didn't turn his fuel on his bike on. And he was just sitting on, he ran out of gas over here and crossed the track, and I came over, and bro, just like this, blammo, sent the kid flying, bikes, parts, shit everywhere, dude. It was brutal. I thought we were both gonna die. Luckily, the kid was totally okay. I was totally okay. We were
just
both
some bent bars.
A little bit more than that, but we were.
Bars.
Yeah, the bars were definitely bent, and we were shooken up. And I mean, I went and talked to the kid afterwards, and you know, I felt bad because that's the accident. That's the thing that none of us want to be a part of. That's especially in this liability, sue happy world that we live in right now. I was like devastated. I'm like, it actually happened, and it happened to me. And, and I consider myself pretty good. I have a high level of awareness out there, but you know, it doesn't really matter. I think, you know, regardless of whose fault it was, I just try to take as much responsibility for it as I can because there's a little kid out there. I have way more experience than that little kid. So all that I can do is like be ultra cautious around kids, even though I already am, and just even more. And like you said, dude, even doesn't even matter if it's a little kid or a B rider or even an A rider, you know, can't get too close to these guys, especially on a motocross track. They might chop the throttle, go double instead of triple, whatever. But then, like, if me and you are motoing on the track, I could be 2 feet, 1 foot away from you, and I'm not worried about it. I know what you're gonna do. You know what I'm gonna do, and it's just a different program.
Yeah, that's why it's good. Got Danny Lewis around me. We do some motos. Actually went rode with Craig DeLong, teammate back east. He lives like an hour and a half from me. Rode a sick track, did some motos with him, which was fun. Made me push pretty hard that day. It was fun, and then yeah, just good to ride with a bunch of dudes.
How's the speed compared to Craig right now?
Dude, I actually surprised myself. The one moto I was close, pretty similar speed. It was everything I had. I was so tired after. Like, we did a 20, and I'd swear I was doing sprint lap every single lap. Like, I had a lot of close calls, and then the second moto, he smoked me. Like, definitely, maybe not smoked me, but definitely was faster. I didn't have it. I don't know if I lost that little edge or what. The first moto, he did start behind me, so we kept, like, pretty... I could, like, keep track of where he was on the track in a couple of spots. He'd gain and then gain a little more each lap, and then I'd have a good lap. I knew I had a good lap, and I'd, like, keep it at that for a little bit. But, yeah, then he started in front of me the next one. Track changed a little bit, and, yeah, he kind of smoked me at the end of the day. Those dudes are
Still
good.
so much to learn. Those guys, dude, that's all they do, though, is ride moto. And there's so much to learn from those guys.
Yeah, it'd be cool to ride, like, stick with it for, like, a whole year and see how you could do against, like, actually qualifying. But man, just from all those guys have so much experience with speed and doing that all the time, and we're trained to go slow.
Do you ever feel like doing
much.
Loretta Lynn's or anything like that?
I don't know about Loretta's. I'd like to like I said, I'd like to actually commit for a year and see how I do it, like a pro moto. I literally have no clue. I probably wouldn't even qualify, but it'd just be cool to see how far I could get. See, like, if I could get more comfortable with a good setup. This was the first year I actually had a pretty good suspension setup too for riding moto. Usually I just ride like my Endurocross stuff, and had some I think it was like West Coast off-road stuff, so just way stiffer but just better, and I swear that made it 100 times better than anything I've ridden before. More comfortable.
Wow, that's way the audio's way better all of a sudden. Was there a laundry machine on or something?
I don't know, maybe.
Okay,
We're good now.
Better.
Perfect.
Yeah, we're dialed. All right, well, that's all good. Let's talk about TKO and hard enduro a little bit.
Yeah.
What's your opinion on track walk? I know that I was talking with Cody about it, and he's like, these freaking guys, they showed up at these events and riding, and you hopped on and was like, bruh, I'm just doing my job. And then Haker chimes in, he's like, you guys should all quit. This is ridiculous. You can't change it, so you should just quit. And then there's a lot of comments, everybody chiming in on what they think is the right thing.
Dude, it was so good, though. For you, for Cody, for the sport. Dude, there were like paragraphs on paragraphs in there. It was so fun. I'd like just be laying in bed at night. I'd be like, okay, I want to go look at some of these comments, see what people are saying. Because it's interesting to see people's opinions too. Because like,
totally,
I have my opinion. Cody has his opinion. Will has his opinion. Tristan has an opinion. You have an opinion. We all have opinions. But it's good to see what people think. But yeah, like you said, Cody was. That's Cody's job. He whines. He complains. Not his kid. But dude, no, it's actually funny. I was thinking about it. I was like, man, I could like, but it's kind of like an honor that he's like thinking that, like, man, riders ride the track, and that's like, dude. Well, I was thinking 10 years ago at TKO was my first time ever at a hard enduro, and didn't race, but just watched. And Cody, I think he was on an RPM still. It was like probably like his third year in a row winning or something at that point. And there was a section behind the cab of this hill, and he like made a mistake, but then just crawled out of it in like first gear. Little 10-year-old rider, however old I was like, wow, that's the coolest thing I've ever seen. Went home on my little 85 and just like did a little track behind my house, and it was like, that was sick. So it's just cool to like even be racing Cody and those guys, and Tristan even. Like, I remember watching him at like 2018 and all that at TKO, and before I was racing too. So it's just cool. But yeah, back to the track walk thing. Got a little carried away. I don't really care which way it goes. Like, it's tough. Actually, we were talking about it today with Will. Like, his one of his two places he can ride where he lives in North Carolina is brushy. So like, if there's no riding at all for him there, then he'd lose a spot to ride. Then how do you do like, a month before, or like, there'd still be people complaining. People are going to complain. I complain. Everyone has something to complain about no matter which way. For me, it'd be easier if we don't have to do, if everyone didn't show up. I don't want to go spend 2 weeks in Johnson Valley in the desert in January, right?
I agree.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it would be easier for everybody if there was no track riding, no track pre-riding, or even no track walk, because then, it levels out the playing field. I mean, that's the whole idea behind Loretta's, right?
Yeah,
Loretta Lynn's is closed 360 days a year. and
Yep.
it's open one day a year. And the reason for that is so that there's not a track that everybody can show up and practice
Exactly.
on. It
Yeah.
levels the playing field,
Yeah.
and that's why they do that. But
Yeah.
I
It's
think
tough to regulate that to public places that are open, and if you want to have a good series and if you want a good track, like a lot of the if you just go to some random place where nobody rides, they're not going to know how to put together a decent hard enduro. Like Tyler at Brushy, obviously we ride there. He sees what we do, and he knows like, okay, they can do that. I'm gonna send him up this that's even gnarlier or something.
Yep.
Or Jim Flynn, he's staring out his back window constantly with the binoculars, scoping out new lines. So
that's a really good point. Is it's almost one could argue that it's important to have our top guys riding some of these areas beforehand so that the promoters and people involved with putting on the race and the race course have an understanding as to what you're actually capable of, because the level's so high and the line between like possible and impossible is so fine now.
yeah,
There's stuff that you guys are riding in Grinding Stone or you name it where, and I'm like, there's no way that's possible, and you guys ride right up it.
I think the same thing.
Yeah,
When we go up it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly. So I think for our promoters, in some way, it's important for them to kind of get that education on what is possible for you guys. It's also
sure.
important for them to go to other races too to get that as well. And yeah, like you could use Brushy Mountain for example. That's a for-profit public riding area. How is Tyler supposed to dictate who rides the month before, who doesn't ride there?
Yeah.
Especially like if I'm running a for-profit riding center and riders like, hey, I'm ready to ride, here's my $20. I'm gonna be like, thank you for your $20, this is how I make my living, go ahead and go ride.
Yeah.
And it's just and so the property owner is one piece of the puzzle, and then you also have public lands that we ride, and that means that they're public. You can't shut these areas down for people to go ride.
Exactly.
So, and maybe there's some spots where you could do that, where it's private property and there's only a race there once a year, but realistically speaking, you can't outlaw it. You can't, and even if you did outlaw, you said, hey, no riding these areas 1 month before.
Yeah.
You can't police that, bro. I'm not gonna put my badge on and go out there and start writing tickets to you guys.
Yeah. It's tough. But yeah, we do have, I mean, honestly, like, there's two races each year that we really, like, see a lot of the track, and that's Brushy and Page. Dude, everyone in the top 10, yeah, maybe Cody wasn't there as many days as everyone else, and obviously Cody wasn't on the East Coast either for it, but yeah, like I go down there in the winter and at Brushy, it's just a good spot. It's where people go. It's like it's the closest place for me to go in the winter to ride. I could go to Brown Mountain, but I don't want to go down there and ride the same place for a week, and yeah, it makes it tough, but luckily we do have like races like Silver Kings, Moab, and Pennsylvania races. Ohio we used to have that no one ever went and rode, and I mean, they were fine. Same results. So, I mean, it's definitely an advantage, obviously, especially in Page, dude. Like, for sure. But,
yeah, just like getting comfortable in an area like Page, because the exposure and the risk and all that is so high. Like,
for sure.
Understanding what's possible without having to be like on the edge of your, I'm scared limit. If you can know that, if you can push your limits and know, hey, this is possible for me. This is sketchy, but it's totally doable if I commit. Just learning that terrain is so, it's really important. And, as a racer, if your job, you get paid to go win races. You get paid best to go win races. You probably get podium bonuses too. It doesn't really matter whatever it is, but your job is to go win that motorcycle race. That's what you desire the most. So it's if that's your only job and you don't have a wife, you don't have a kid, you don't have anything holding you in one area, then why are you not hopping in your van, showing up a month early, and riding these areas?
Yeah, I guarantee in 10 years I'll be in the same boat as Cody and not be able to go as much, and that was just kind of part of it at this point. Maybe it'll change, but I honestly think right now, like, it's good for the sport that we do go ride. Like, dude, Paige, like, when we go ride, like, some of the obstacles and stuff, like, some of the kids are there, like Nico, Braxton, the younger kids coming up. They see us. They're getting better. It's getting more guys up there in the top 10. I could see it changing in the future for sure. Like, somehow, I don't know, controlling who rides it and keeping some people off and having time limit to when you can. Like, maybe there's a way to make it work. I could see in the future, but for right now, I don't think it's a bad thing. There's 2, maybe 3 races where it happens, and the results are usually the same at those as they are at others. Like at Silver Kings, like, Tristan was the first guy, then me, then Will, then Cody. So, like, no one pre-rides that. Same results as other races. Can't really, yeah, but it'd be cool to see what you could do about it. in the future.
Yeah, I don't know what you could do about it.
Yeah.
You know, I'm not
There's
sure
not
what you
much.
could. I mean, it's public riding area, or
Yeah.
it's it's you can't really, the U.S. Hard Enduro Series isn't in charge of these riding areas. These are not our property. Our
Yeah.
meaning the U.S. Hard Enduro Series. So it's not really like a realistic thing to be able to shut these areas down. And I understand where Cody's coming from. I really do. And
Oh, dude, I understand too, for
yeah,
sure.
especially the new program. He's trying to get the Yamaha sorted, so he's got his hands so full with building his own race team program, getting the bike sorted, and training, and
Family,
wife
everything.
and kid,
Yeah,
family. Dude,
for
so
sure.
much going on. So he's like, bro, what do I got to do to catch a break around
Yeah.
here? Yeah, there's these 20-something-year-old kids that just have nothing going on. All they want to do is win.
Yeah.
And with that being said, it's amazing that he's able to do what he does do.
Dude, for sure. Dude, like, it's so hard not to respect Cody. Like, no matter what, he's always there. Like, this year when he was on the Yamaha at the beginning of the year, we were like, oh, maybe this is like the end of Cody Webb. And then boom, comes out and wins Moab. It's like, what the heck? Where does he find it?
You can't count that guy out,
No.
dude. I'm guilty of it. After round one, I was like, dude, I don't know if he's got it right now. And then he comes, like you said, comes out in Moab and wins it, and then continues to improve throughout the year. And it's just like, it's truly incredible that the guy cannot ride and train as much as you guys and can still make you guys try as hard as you can to beat him.
Yeah. Dude, I think he's been training more than we think. Have you seen his arms recently? That guy's
Dude,
been
he's freaking
training.
jacked, bro.
Yeah, he used to be kind of more of a twig like me, and now he looks like he's been working out. Maybe it's just that dad strength, getting that dad bod or something. I don't know what it is, but he's looking fit.
For sure, dude. His forearms are like huge, like and like you said, kind of a tall, scrawny guy, but he is pretty freaking yoked right now.
Yeah. Just have to see. Maybe come for that number 7 TKO. I don't know. I can't let it happen that easy. But
What do you mean number 7? Oh, his 7th win.
7th win. 6, I think he has, right? Yeah, 6.
And Manny and all the boys are showing up, right?
Yeah, it's gonna be a good one. Happy that they're all coming. Get a little redemption from Silver Kings and.
Where'd you end up at Silver? Oh, you got porked at Silver is what happened.
I did.
Do you want to tell us what happened?
Yeah, I don't care. Yeah. Honestly, if I would have just done better in the last moto, wouldn't have mattered. Would have got where I should have been. But yeah, since they took out, so I got 4th the first day, and they were doing like moto scoring, and I think was running like 5th to 8th like the whole second day in the final. And then yeah, it kind of faded at the end. I had a pretty bad crash at the beginning, and yeah, I was just kind of feeling it. It was kind of just riding tight the whole time, that kind of thing. And then Billy passed me, and I think on the last lap, or maybe a lap to go. And then I got back around him going up Kingslayer. He was struggling because he had no knobs left. And he had a pretty big gap. I wasn't too surprised to see him because I knew that his tire was probably shot. And obviously we've ridden Kingslayer before, so I had a little bit more of an idea of what was coming up. And I got around him, and I think got like maybe 7th. I don't know what the result would have been for that. And would have been, I think, 4th overall, and maybe 3rd if they didn't give Mitch his position back. But I was fine with 4th. Like, Mitch deserved it. He was riding good that whole weekend.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was honestly like a step up ride for him, which was cool to see. And
for sure.
But it was just cool battling with those guys too. And but yeah, then since Mitch missed that last section, they took out. They just ended up taking that out. So I got scored for the previous check, and Billy was ahead of me. And I ended up tying for 4th with like 5 dudes. But since I did the worst the second day, I didn't know till I was on the podium. I was like 8th. I was like, that doesn't make sense. And then Billy got called. I was like, I beat him both days. I was so confused and tried to talk to Stearns, but man, he was so busy, and like it wasn't his call. It was FIM's, right. And I don't know. Maybe they realized that it kind of screwed me. But Josh was there and Stearns, and yeah, they didn't realize that I was getting hosed so bad. Yeah, I was pretty bummed because it was definitely a pretty good purse and just position. That's what I cared about more. Like I feel like I haven't had a good result against all those guys yet, because either over at Erzberg, where it's not a disadvantage, but just not as familiar, and I struggle over there, like honestly. And then TKO is just crazy. Like anything can happen. I've ridden good there, and it's just battles, and you can have the best day of your life and get like 9th, like kind of like last year. I think I got 8th or whatever.
True.
and like rode good and like made up a lot of time after a bad start. But yeah, it was like cool to get a good result, and then kind of felt like I had it taken away from me at Silver Kings. But just fires me up, and like I know how I did against those guys, and felt like I was riding better than a lot of them. So it was still cool to see where I was at on kind of more of a home field advantage, you could say, which is cool.
Yeah. Well, and as long as I think you know what you earned that day. You know where you ended up. I think that's probably the most important part, although the results don't show it. I think that's a bummer. And for those that don't know or are lacking understanding, what happened was there was one or two riders that missed the final hill climb. So they did a number of laps on a course, and then they split off and did a hill climb to the finish. And Mitch Brightmore and maybe another couple riders missed it and did another lap around the regular course, and then went and did the hill climb, and they ended up throwing out the whole hill climb, the whole finish line hill, rather than subtracting Mitch's extra lap time and then adding his time in. And it's probably one of those decisions from the FIM or whoever was in charge of it that, they have to make those decisions. Those decisions need to be made, before the results come out. And, they're obviously trying. They don't have any malintent, but it's not easy to make those decisions all the time, and you don't always know the full repercussions of the decisions that you make when you're making them. So, it seemed like after the event, they kind of realized like, oh, dude, we got Mitch got handled and the other guys, but Ryder really got the shortest end of the stick on this deal. And yeah, like you said, what can you do? What can you do? It's not worth getting pissed off about.
Yeah, maybe I'll be on the other end of the stick one of these days. So can't complain. I've probably been on the other end at some point too that I can't think of, but yeah, it was one of those just racing things, and can't complain though, because dude, Silver Kings was sick this year. It was huge. There were so many people there. It was all the Euros there, just makes it better, which is good.
Totally. And speaking of all the Euros there, you're second in points right now in the Hard Enduro series, right?
Yeah.
And it's close between you and Will, like 2
and
points.
And Cody, I think too. Yeah, my last couple of races pulled me back pretty far. I think I would have been in the clear for second, but yeah, had a couple of rough races, and I think with the one race drop, I think we're all within 4 points. I saw someone told me, so
yeah,
pretty close.
Yeah.
Definitely needs. I think it's like 6 or 8 points right now, but with a race drop, it's 4. And I think I might be at the back of that, so I need to have a good race this weekend and hopefully get some of those guys in between us. Definitely possible. Anything can happen.
Yep, like if you have a strong ride and you can get some riders between you and Will or you and Cody, that's gonna have to be that would be ideal, yeah.
For sure, yeah. It'd be cool to either way it'd be cool. Going into it, same goal. Like no matter what, I just want to do well against those guys and just give my everything this weekend and see what happens.
Hold her wide, yeah.
Yeah.
What do you think your strong suit is at TKO? Because there's hill climbs, there's fast trail, like it kind of encompasses everything.
Yeah, I don't know if like there's any terrain there that benefits me more. Obviously, like feel like I have advantage on hill climbs, and I don't know. At this point, I feel like I have advantage everywhere. Kind of can do West Coast terrain, East Coast terrain. Like I don't feel like I'm at a disadvantage at least anywhere. I think the biggest thing is just the format of the race fits me. It's because it is a race. It's like you go out 45 minutes, whatever, 30 minutes plus a lap. You know how long you're gonna be out there. It's gonna be multiple laps. I can walk the track, learn my lines, and just really just dial it in for the 45 minutes. Which is good.
What's your favorite race of the series?
Favorite race? Probably, I'd say Battle of the Goats, probably. I always enjoy that one. I liked it a lot this year. I liked the format. I liked that it wasn't 2 big laps, but 4 shorter laps. Or I guess it was like a 3-hour time limit, but we ended up doing 4 laps, which I like that kind of racing where you're doing more laps and out there for like, okay, you're going to be out there for 3 hours and pull the checkered at around this time from like 2.5 to 3.5, just so you know, kind of prepare for it a little more and just doing laps. Like, I don't know, I grew up doing hair scrambles and racing. Like, that's what I like to do. I like to race. Like, I don't know if it's something in my mind that clicks or what, but whenever it's that format of racing, I always seem to do a little better.
Well, Battle of the Goats is such a cool area.
Yeah, 100%. The terrain's cool waterfalls, good dirt. Always feel like we've lucked out with pretty good weather the last couple of years too. Maybe get a little rain overnight, so it's just slick enough to kind of separate everyone. Yeah, always seem to have a good result there. And yeah, this year was really fun. Battled with Tristan like the whole time, and yeah, it was one of the hardest races I've ever had to push. And they definitely kind kind of put me on another level for this year, mentally at least, knowing that I can't do it. That one definitely drove me to winning Kairos. I felt like I was like, man, I was close. I was really close, and then that confidence just carried over to the next race.
Yeah, that knowing is so. The only way to get that is to go do it, and it's so hard to. It's like a chicken before the egg thing, but you just have to make that chicken.
Yeah, just gotta make the chicken. It's a new one.
Okay, another question for you: if you could wave your magic wand and make the U.S. Enduro Series schedule anything that you wanted, what would it look like to you? Get rid of races, out of the races in, time of year.
That would be easy for me to say get rid of the Pennsylvania races. Not because they're like bad, just I struggle at them. So it'd be cool like if those like just from that aspect, but that doesn't matter. I can always get better at them. But dude, I think the series is good right now. Like I have no complaints. Like it's obviously hard for some guys to travel back and forth across the country, but for me, I like it. I enjoy it because obviously I'm not the one driving, which is good. And we get to go to Hawaii, Page, get to go to Northern California to Donner Ski Ranch, which is cool. Get some cool East Coast terrain. It's just like a good mix of everything, which is sweet. Like there's no other series that's like that, and I hope it stays like that for a while. It'll be interesting to see which way it goes in the future. I don't know. Like I like it. I think a lot of the pros like it because we get to race everywhere. Obviously, like everyone wants to race in Hawaii. It's pretty sick. But yeah, I'm stoked on how this series is right now. From what I see, I think it's in a good place.
That's great.
Yeah.
That's great. I mean, I think any anything that we can do to make the series more efficient or make it, more feasible for like the average rider to be able to, make it to the whole series, I think that's important. But, there's also guys like you that are down to drive back and forth. They're down to make whatever the effort is. And I mean, you're only racing, not only, but you're doing hard enduro and endurocross. So it's like, that's a pretty manageable schedule for the most part.
Yeah, for sure. I think like this year, if I only did the hard enduros schedule in Endurocross, I'd have 16 races, which is a lot less than a lot of guys. Honestly, like I can't imagine doing much more. Like, I don't know how like Supercross guys race 32 weekends in a row, almost in a row. Like I get burnt out when I do like 4 or 5 in a row.
So
Definitely a little different with our traveling since we drive a little more, and not all the top guys aren't flying private jets like some of the Supercross guys. But yeah, it's definitely still a lot. They're just practicing too. Like we're all our own practice mechanics, and hard enduro we're definitely mechanicking a lot, zip tying stuff together, and not anything against the bikes. It's just what we do. We like. I don't know.
Smashing.
If I'm like tumbling down something, I save myself, and bike can be fixed, but sucks fixing it.
Yeah, working on bikes is no fun. But I know, I agree with you, dude. I don't know how the Moto Supercross guys do it. I mean, they are so busy. Week in, week out. And last weekend, there was no motocross on TV. I'm like, bro, what the heck, dude?
So disappointed.
Why is there any moto? I guess I'll watch the MXGP highlights on YouTube. Yeah. Which actually are pretty sick also. But still, like, I don't know how those guys do it, dude. I get done with a 6-round Endurocross season, I'm like, whew, all right, need a year off.
Yeah, seriously. Yeah, I don't know how they do it, because, yeah, after Endurocross, after hard enduro, I'm ready to, dude, after just one race, I'm ready to, like, take a week off, almost. Not completely off, but just kind of, maybe it's just because we can, too. Like, it's good for us. Because if we, after TKO, I went straight to an Endurocross track and trained every single day until Endurocross. Dude, you wouldn't even want to do Endurocross by the time the season gets there.
No, you have to. That's what Justin Morgan told me. Justin Morgan told me that Kendall Norman told him, he's like, hey, when it comes to training, you wanna train and ride until you want to still keep riding a little bit.
Yeah.
Basically, because you want to ride, you want to leave a little bit on the table. You want to ride when you are having fun. And you're just at the point where, like, I want to keep going a little bit, but I'm going to save some for tomorrow. I thought that was really good advice because, dude, if you just bury yourself, then you're just going to be buried all the time.
Yeah, for sure. Dude, I think I've realized that so much over, especially the last year, because obviously when I was with Chuck and everything, we trained a lot and rode a lot. And even before that, like, I rode way more than I should have. And then all those years, up until, like, honestly, last year, I was just doing too much, riding at least. Just, like, right after hard enduro, boom, get to Endurocross. And it's like I would reach my peak of intensity and just mentally I'd be burnt out like before the first race of Endurocross or before anything. So hopefully maybe there'll be a kid that'll see this and not do that. James, if you're listening, don't ride as much.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if you're gonna be able to change his attitude about it, I mean, you have to learn it. You have to learn these things. I think from my experience, I had to learn it myself.
For
I
sure.
went through a period of overtraining, and Tristan has, and you have, and Cody has. I mean,
Oh, everyone
all
has.
everybody
You
has
have
all
to.
the. You have to like, and there's kind of a part. It's almost like a natural part of the process where you're overdoing it, and that's what builds that foundation. Like
Exactly.
that's where you're kind of building in that grit, that foundation, that
Yeah.
trust in yourself, that confidence. I can outwork everybody. I can go harder. I can do what I need to do to get the job done. But then as you refine your program, the big blocks have been laid. Now let's recover and let's start building the pyramid now and
Exactly.
get to this peak. You know what I mean? And I think being aware of it and recognizing when those blocks have been built, and then shifting and changing your program and just trying to get better, and not reacting based on how you did at the last race.
For
Just
sure.
sticking to the program of like, if you don't do well at the last race, that doesn't mean you need to go twice as hard
Change
between,
everything.
yeah, in between now and the next race. Don't
Yeah.
punish yourself for not doing well.
Yeah.
Recover, maybe
Yeah.
work on do some accessory work on some of the things you need to work on, and know within yourself what you're capable of, who you are, what you can do, and then go get them at the next race.
Exactly. Dude, I was so guilty of that for years. Just like I'd have a bad race or even a good race, and then like bad race you have like a mode to come back and like, okay, I'm gonna be better. And then if you have a good race, you just want to get back into training right away and like build off that. Where now I'm like take a little bit to chill and like it's just so much better. But looking back, it's like the easy part was when I was just training and riding all the time. Like it was so much easier to do that rather than like actually planning it out. Like, okay, I'm gonna take a week off. Dude, I get so bored when I take a week off from riding. Like I just want to ride. It's almost harder to do it that way, but at the end of the day it's better, and for me at least. And yeah, just kind of learn.
Yeah, and I remember reading an article from Juha Salminen a long time ago, and it's something that Tim, my boss at Beta, is always sharing with me. Juha would take a month off every year.
Yeah.
He would take a month off every year, and I think a lot of it's really dependent on like what your series looks like, what your schedule looks like. Like most of us can't really afford to take 1 month off. So like for me, I need to mix in smaller periods of rest, kind of build it into my program rather than just like go hard and then take 1 big month off. I can't really do that because I don't really have a month to take off.
Yeah.
We're always racing. We're always doing something. And that's one of my complaints about the series also, honestly, is it goes from January to August. I mean,
Yeah.
bro, that is like all of the year, and then we go right into Endurocross. And what are we doing? Tennessee Knockout, I love you. What are we doing in Tennessee in August?
It's got to be brutal, dude.
Why?
Has to be 90 and 100% humidity. They want it. They need it like that.
I think that's I think that was their original plan.
Yeah.
But how sick would it be? You're saying you're like, oh, I don't really like the Pennsylvania races or something like that. How sick would it be to go Battle of the Goats and then the next weekend TKO, April, and then whatever? I feel like that would be ultimate. You know what I mean? If I could
That'd
wave
be
my
good.
magic wand, I would definitely put TKO during that first East Coast swing.
For sure. Yeah, that would definitely make it easier for everybody, for anyone traveling over, driving over. And just obviously weather too. And then boom, like after, shoot, when was the last race we had? Like end of June, I think? Was Donner, maybe? Then boom, we'd be done with the hard enduros, could actually have like some more time off. Like we don't really need much more because obviously we have a month there, and after TKO we almost have 2 months for Endurocross, which is plenty of time. But definitely break the year up a little more, and especially since our winter break, I feel like that's the short one because kind of just I feel like it goes quick too. Endurocross ends end of November, and then obviously like we have photo shoot stuff with Husky and KTM and all that, and before you know it, Christmas is there, and I'm already like planning my trip out to Johnson Valley and go live in the desert for 2 weeks and suffer out there, and boom, then it all starts over again.
Well, that's the other thing is like, you end your series in November and then our next race is in January. Okay, so that gives me 1 month, 1.5 months to prepare for next season. Like, I think that giving the riders some time and some space to like make some improvements and actually make some gains, because right now it just feels like one season all the time. You go straight from the final race of Endurocross to Johnson Valley, and it's like, wow, there's no time to improve. And think about the B rider that's getting better that wants to move up to the A class. He's got no time, zero time to like actually make those improvements. And then you get these guys that are like sandbagging in the B or the A class, and everybody's complaining about it. And it's like, well, hey, why don't we set the schedule up so that these guys could actually, improve in between race years?
Yeah, 100%. I never thought about it too much, but it definitely would be cool to kind of pack hard enduros in a little more, be done with that earlier, and then maybe start Endurocross sooner, and then be done with that sooner too, and then not be at freezing cold in Idaho in November. Would be
I'd
nice
be down
too.
for that.
Dude, how miserable is that when we the 1 year in Idaho? It must have been, I don't even know if it was above freezing. It was so bad.
I don't think it was. I think it was freaking cold. It gets cold.
Yeah. The Pacific Northwest, we have 5 rounds up there, and it's brutal.
Rainy,
fumes in the
cold.
Stadium, rainy, cold, snow sometimes.
Dude, the fumes are honestly the worst.
Yeah.
The fumes in the Endurocross stadiums are the absolute worst. And dude, I've said something to Todd and Karen, like, hey guys, there's like fumes in here, and
Dude,
all
it's
have
so
headaches.
bad.
We're all literally have gotten carbon monoxide poisoning for the last 2 years. Can we like turn some fans on and like change this?
Need something.
They don't care, dude. They don't care.
Dude, for definitely the last 2 years, maybe 3 years now, I've been so sick all of Endurocross season, from the fumes, from the travel, from everything.
Yes.
Mostly from the fumes, but then obviously travel and all that doesn't help, going through airports, and that's what it does. All those fumes just tears that, we have no immunity. No immune system is just destroyed. And then then we're racing and traveling on top of that, and it's horrible. It's bad. Dude, I've been at I swear I've been at 60-70% of what I can do at Endurocross last 2 years just because I've been sick. Can't breathe, coughing, taking medicine, just out of it, kind of taking whatever I can to try to feel better, NyQuil or Dayquil, whatever. Probably shouldn't, but yeah, it's brutal.
But it's dude, you have to try to do something. You got to open up your nasal passages. And the same, dude, I was sick in Idaho Falls last year, and then I wasn't better until January. I was sick for so long, and I'm like, what is going on with me?
Yeah.
And I mean, I've recently been doing I did a stool test and some other stuff to try to get my health sorted out. But you're right, dude. Between the travel and the CO and the carbon monoxide poisoning that we're getting, it absolutely crushes our immune system, and then we're all racing sick. I mean, every one of us, at least 1 or 2 of the races, you go up to them hey, how's it going? The guy's everybody gets sick.
For sure, everyone. Yeah.
Seems like a
not just me, not just you. Yeah, I don't know what they could do. It's tough, need some big fans or something. Maybe it's just how it is. Maybe it's part of it. It's hard enduro.
Yeah,
we need to figure out how to get all the fumes down in the holes that roar, just so we suffer a little more.
Yeah, you will breathe
style.
These fumes, and you will like it.
Yeah.
Another question for you. Have you ever found an Arrowhead?
I'm not usually looking. Maybe if I was looking. I might have been with you at some point when you found one, but I wasn't the one to find it.
You're on the East Coast. There's a lot of nice, big Arrowhead points out there. And you're riding creeks, you're riding hillsides, embankments where the water's been cutting it out. Keep your eye open, dude.
Dude, there's probably so many.
For sure, dude. I'm going to be on the lookout hard at TKO.
Yeah. Hopefully I'm not. Hopefully I'm focused on the race.
Oh, yeah.
If I'm not focusing on the race, if I'm doing bad, maybe I'll look for some Arrowheads.
Yeah, I'm gonna be oh, here goes Ryder Leblond up the hill. Go ahead.
Just that'll be your follow cam.
Yeah,
it's
just looking at the ground.
50 minutes of it.
Yeah. Well, didn't find any Arrowheads, and forgot about the race.
Yeah. I wonder who won.
Yeah. Well, maybe when we take some time off, maybe that's something that you can do when you need to take a break and you get bored is go look for some points. Go look for some Arrowheads.
That'd be cool. Yeah. Definitely could find a lot on the mountain behind my house, I'm sure.
For sure. Pennsylvania?
Guaranteed.
Absolutely.
Dude, you could probably find a old rifle from the 1800s somewhere.
You think so? Is that where the war was?
Dude, so much. Yeah, 20 minutes from my house is it's called Fort Ligonier, and I think they took us on field trips there in school. I didn't honestly pay attention, but it was I think George Washington and everyone literally just lived there, and it was where they based out of. It was a little army camp, and they had all kinds of maybe next time if you're around, we'll go there and we can look at all the Arrowheads. I'm sure they got a bunch, and they probably got even cooler stuff there that they found. So
let's do it. I'm in. I'm so down.
But yeah, I guarantee there's all kinds of stuff.
Perfect. Well, find some creeks with some low water levels and some piles of rocks or some embankments that are cut out, and mark them on your map, dude. And I'll come out there and and we'll go do some exploring.
Perfect.
I feel like hard enduro is perfect, arrowhead hunting behavior.
Oh, for sure. I mean, you're out there, dude. Even if you're just taking like a little snack break, a little water break, just kick it around with your boot, you'll find something. I'm sure.
100%, especially with all the dirt gets churned up. Maybe you got a rut or loosening up some dirt. Possibilities are pretty high.
For sure. And at the minimum, you'll find a beehive.
Or a hornet's nest, probably.
Yeah.
That's in Pennsylvania for sure.
Oh, dude. Everywhere. We were riding today, and they were like, oh, don't go over that log. And we're like 5 feet away from the log. And you're like, yeah, someone or so-and-so got attacked by like 25 hornets or bees last time we came through here. I was like, maybe we shouldn't be like this close to the log.
Your bike's like leaning on the log.
Yeah.
Like,
we just splattered it.
East Coast people are different, dude.
Yeah.
East Coast is different.
It is. It is.
I love it, though. I love coming to the East Coast. I'm looking forward to TKO this weekend.
Me too. It's going to be a good weekend. When you coming out?
I fly out tomorrow morning.
Nice.
Yeah, and then got a rental car. Me and Ryan are driving in on Wednesday.
It's going to be a good one. Chuck's down there.
Can't wait.
Got to make it hard. It's not hard enough for him,
No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, good stuff, Ryder. Are you coming to Idaho at all this summer to get ready for Endurocross?
I am. That's my plan. My van's
Great.
there, so I have to at some point. That's why I left it there, just so I have to. But yeah,
Where'd you
hopefully
leave it?
Nico's house, Piazza,
Okay. Yeah.
little mini Haker, number 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the plan for Endurocross. I'm going to come out there. I don't know exactly when yet. I figured maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks, and then a week or two before Endurocross, go down to SoCal since the first round's in Arizona, do a little bit of testing and stuff like that at KTM and ride Chocolate Mountain. Hopefully get a crew there. And yeah, the first round, it's going to come quick, I'm sure. Like right now it seems so far away, but I'm sure we'll be driving to Prescott in no time.
Yeah, 100%. Well, September is like right around the corner, and then then that's like it's a crunch time. Once you're in September, it's like okay, let's get our trainings in, and then get the bikes ready, and then let's start driving to Prescott.
Exactly. Yep. It was quick.
Well,
We're
good
having
stuff.
fun, though, that's why.
Yes, sir. Well, if you need a place to stay before Prescott or anything like that, just give me a shout. I'll be in Arizona. And I'm up in Idaho right now, so if you want to come down, I got some riding and some tracks out here.
Perfect.
And then I'm thinking about trying to make a trip up to Coeur d'Alene too to come ride with you guys. So it looks like Dylan's updating his track a little bit right now. So I think that'll be sick. Always good to have people to ride with.
Yeah, it'll be good. I heard Stone and Colton, they took over the track, so we have to pay them to ride there now.
Great.
How's that going to feel, paying Haker to ride?
That's going to be brutal.
It is. I'm hoping maybe he'll sponsor me, and I can thank him on the podium.
Yeah.
Colton Haker, Real Estate. Thank him and Hannah.
Yeah, maybe.
Probably not.
I mean, how much do you think they're going to charge?
For you?
$20?
50.
It's gonna be a lot for me, for sure.
Yeah. I'm hoping since I know the owners, I can get in pretty well. But we'll see. I guess you know
I'm gonna
too.
hit up Dylan instead.
Yeah. Now Trina's the one you gotta hit up.
I'll talk to Trina. Yeah, I don't want to go straight to lower management. You got to go to upper management.
Yeah, exactly. Go to the boss.
Yeah, go to who's really in charge.
Yeah.
Give her the money directly.
Yeah. Yep.
Well, my man. Well, listen. Thanks for coming on. Thank you for your time.
Thanks for having me. It was good.
Absolutely. Super stoked to see you at Tennessee. And yeah, man, take some time off and get hyped for TKO. And
for sure.
Yeah, I'll see you there.
Yeah, we'll see you there, dude.
My man. Cheers, brother. Thank you.
See ya.
Have a great rest of your night.
You too, dude.
Arrar.